Hello everybody, my name is Kai, and welcome back to Warframe. Today we are going to be covering the Nikana Prime, which is widely regarded as the best one-handed Nikana in the entire game, but the build used today can be applied to any other Nikana for great success. But before we get started, I would just like to remind everyone that I do have a Patreon, where content does get uploaded early, like this Nova video, which is currently not available to the public. You can go check it out at the link in the description down below to help support the channel and also determine some of the videos that are made on the channel. A massive thanks to all of my supporters: Bored Platypus, The Mad Monk, Scotty Nose, Young Mung, Matt Goat, Airzos, Bad Robot, Jade Rabbit, Shrike, Flying Grizzly, Raycon, Andreas, Minnie, and Jeffrey Santos. You guys are awesome, and I could not do this without you. Thank you. But moving on back to why Nikana Prime is so good. Similar to all Nikanas, the Prime variant is heavily weighted towards slash damage, which is one of, if not the best status in the entire game. Compared to both the normal and the Dragon Nikana as well, it boosts higher slash weighting and better stats in literally every category. The only one to boast higher stats is the Skiyajati in both attack speed and status chance, but it does lose in every other category, and even compared to the Dragon and base Nikana, its slash weighting is pitifully low. So we have determined why Nikana is the best of its kind, which brings us to the next most important part of most melee weapons: stances. Stances will change the combos your melee weapon can do, and all combos differ in their stats largely. While this is not a video explaining stances and their nuances, it is important you know which stance is best for Nikana Prime. Of the 3 stances available, there are 2 that elevate themselves above the other one: Blind Justice and Decisive Judgment. So let's look at how they compare to one another and why you would choose one over the other. Blind Justice's neutral combo easily beats Decisive Judgment, having higher multipliers and taking the same amount of time to go through. Zato's Creed also beats out Windless Cuts regardless of the longer animation length, as it has spin attacks and higher multipliers. The only saving grace here could possibly be the block combos, but Blind Justice again edges out over Decisive Judgment, having more slash capabilities that play into the Nikana's strength here. With Blind Justice as our chosen stance, let's look at 3 different Nikana builds for different situations. The first build is going to be intended for a frame or playstyle that is focused on melee gameplay, meaning that you will be making use of combo mods like Blood Rush or Weeping Wounds. To get the most mileage out of melee focused builds, you also want to be using Condition Overload with a status primer. Our primer for today, the Epitaph, does more than just give our Nikana more base damage though. The viral status effect amplifies damage done to health by 100% at the first stack and growing to a maximum of 350% for all subsequent stacks up to 10. Since Nikana Prime is heavily slash weighted and Blind Justice gives strong force slash procs with heavy multipliers, these slash DOTs will again be multiplied by the viral status effect, significantly increasing damage ticks. Slash also ignores enemy armor, making this one of the most effective ways at killing any level enemy on the steel path, even at level cap. Besides the strength of viral though, this Epitaph build also procs 3 other status effects, giving crowd control through radiation, reducing enemy accuracy through blast, and a 50% slow on the guaranteed cold proc. With all of those, we get a total of 320% more base damage from Condition Overload, and a final 180% from Arcane Fury, which I have on my Gauss, which procs off of critical hits, which are commonplace when using Blood Rush on pretty much any melee weapon. Blood Rush gives you crit chance as you increase your combo counter tiers, and since you won't be heavy attacking on this build particularly, you should stay at max combo indefinitely. You get 40% crit chance per combo count tier increase, and since 1x combo is not a thing, the bonus starts to appear at 2x combo, and so on until 12x. At 12x, your final crit chance value will be 151%, giving you consistent yellows and some oranges. Weeping Wounds also works the exact same as Blood Rush, increasing your status chance though as your combo goes up. A fully stacked combo counter will give you a 123% status chance, which means you will be proccing slash 90% of the time, as that is the weighting difference between it and the other IPS elements on Nikana Prime. To multiply our critical damage, we are just using Organ Shatter to increase our multiplier to 4.6, which again will increase the damage of our slash procs significantly. One of the other most important stats for a melee like this is range, which I increase using Primed Reach and Spring-Loaded Blade. Reach gives range for doing nothing, and Spring-Loaded Blade gives range on status effects, which with over 100% status chance, you will always have this up. Both of these mods stacked up and at max rank will give you a max of 7.3 meters of range, which is incredibly far. If you feel like you don't need as much range, feel free to swap out Spring-Loaded Blade for Gladiator Might to increase both crit damage and crit chance. I am also using Berserker Fury to give us increased attack speed as you get kills, stacking up to a 70% increase. While compared to something like Prime Fury, its bonus does not kick in immediately. It only requires 2 kills for a larger bonus, which is a meager requirement and makes it much better in my eyes. An increase in attack speed also provides an increase in damage, as you will be outputting melee strikes quicker, thus killing enemies faster. Finally, using the appropriate Bane mod is a significant boost for any weapon, and especially a weapon focused on Slash. Slash being a dot, it will double dip on the Slash proc, increasing its damage immensely, but it does require some micromanagement. Again, if you do not feel like this, swap it out for Gladiator Might. For consistency's sake, I like to use primary or just secondary dexterity on my weapons to increase combo duration, as this is a melee focused build, and there isn't much of a reason to run Naramon since you will always be attacking enemies. But with that being the build, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video on what some consider to be the strongest melee weapon. Regardless of it being the strongest or not, it is definitely a part of the most stylish melee family, as Nikanas are some of the coolest weapons in the game, and the Skijati was my most used melee for a while because they just look and feel so good to use. But again, this build can be used on any Nikana, but the Prime variant will always top the other ones for a multitude of reasons. I hope this was informative and helped you out. Let me know what you think about this weapon in the comments down below, and also join my Discord while you're down there too. I will see all of you guys in the next one. Peace!